It's the third part of this investigation, right? And starting again from the castration idea, right? The solubility there, right? The castration, and castration could be surgical or chemical, or otherwise, right? Of course, it can be done to females as well. It just says here males, but it can be performed against females as well. Excision, right, which is cutting out, right? And then by the Exorcist movie where he casts out the demon and all that, right? So it's, again, that Exorcist movie is a metaphor for trans, because he casts out the demon being the testicles or the sexual nature. So he's casting out, exorcising the, and the same thing, right? In that movie, the lass, right? The young lass is lying in the bed, right? Lying in the bed. So, which is like away in a manger, right? Of course, the day with Christmas or the chromosomes and the sex society, right? The sex in chromosomes and the sort of assigning sex to babies and that, right? Of course, it's about a baby, innit? Like lying in a cot or crib or manger or something, right? In that Exorcist movie, right, there is a scene where it's Christmas time, because obviously that's a lot to do with the idea of castration around Christmas period. Right? It's basically a celebration of castration and unity, right? Christmas and love, right? Of course, to cast away, right? To cast away. Yeah. And of course, these are codes and all. Jew, man, and like all the war hex. You see what I mean? All the war hexes, the German. See what I'm saying? Pure cast away, like, right? And so of course, right, this brings to mind the idea of a little baby lying in a crib or something, right? But this manger idea could even be referring to an incubator, right? Like a scientific incubator, right? So it's cast away in a manger, right? So you've got different ideas like chemical castration and all that. So it's basically a metaphor for the castration of a young baby, right? Lying in a incubator. See what I'm saying? This was only done around about, when was it done? 1882, so you see what I'm saying? Not that long ago, like. And there's the lyrics for it, say. No crib for a bed, so, not in a bed really. In an incubator. Sleep on the hair, right? So you've got the aware and the hair in this type of idea, right? And the, things like the hair weighing. They love hair for some reason, right? And I think this hair idea, right, is pretty similar to the Royal Oak. And take us to heaven to live with thee there, or the castration idea, right? That Exorcist movie, right? The must be the mother, and it's called Chris. See? And the girl is possessed by the devil, i.e., sort of got the sexual nature, right? So Chris Christ chromosomes type of thing, right? And masturbate with a crucifix idea, right? The masturbation, see? So again, like displaying the sexual nature and all that. So then it's like a metaphor for excise it, cut it out, cut it away, cast it away. See what I'm saying? Yeah, this one sort of sums it up. casts out the demon of lust. Of course, these are our transes in these little churches or whatever, doing all these stupid things, right? And casting out or getting rid of demons or getting rid of like a sexual nature. Right? Graced, the G race, with special powers or skills. So again, that metaphor for basically that whole movie was a metaphor for trying what do you call it? Castration and trans, right? End up. The demon cast out of the teenage girl. Joan of Arc type of turn her into a little boy or something. And there's a funny little thing, bit of code. Of course, you've got Yahweh, right, which has the hair, right. Yeah, and as I was talking, the hue, right, the hue and the hair, right. And as I was saying before, this idea of hair seemed to be quite important to them, right. Like the way and the manger and all this. Of course, yeah, like the wings idea, the bird idea, right, so 777 there. I totally could it as. It's supposed to come from the Persian province of Yehud Medinara. Of course, Medi is the middle type of thing, right? The winged wheel, of course, I like the wheel idea. Like the Prince of Wheels and that. Because it sort of symbolised the system going round and round, right? Winged wheel. And Yahweh, right? Of course, iron and bronze, bronze being an alloy or mix type of metal, right? Bronze age, so bronze age, like bronze is a mixed metal. It's in a mixture, an alloy, a compound of different things. So again, the idea of a combination or a hybrid, right? As opposed to a pure, naturally occurring metal, right? So this here, the here thing, right, is quite important to them, right? And if what you'll notice in a lot of movies and that, they have an idea in the movies about hiding in here, right? The same as the Royal Oak, where the royal bloke Charles was hiding in the oak tree, and the bush idea, which is often used about hiding in a bush and all this type of thing. So hiding in the hair is basically along them same lines, right? Disguise idea, right? Right here you have the hair wearing, right, a very famous painting, in the National Gallery London by John Constable. Right, the stable and the con, right? It's basically just like a picture of an like an what do you call it? Yeah. Basically just a painting of a horse and cart, right? A horse and cart. And what my betting is about this is, right, that this horse and cart has got hair in the back, right? And there's a person hiding in the hair, right? Because if you watch these movies, if you see a lot of movies, right, they always show a scene, right, where like some enemy gods, right? It could be from an old Civil War period or like a modernistic period like World War II. But it always shows a scene where gods stick pitchforks in the hair. Like someone's gone along in a horse and cart, right? And there's some enemy soldiers stick pitchforks in the hair looking for someone, right? It's like a constant scene always that comes up in drama, TV shows, movies, etc., right? That same idea of sticking a pitchfork in the hair. And that's my reckoning about this. It's similar to the Royal Oak and the bush. It's about hiding in the back of a cart under here, right, to escape your enemies, right? Something I was thinking of, right, I was recollecting something about a scene in the Schindler's List one week where a German soldier bayonets a small baby. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's the day with it's on the back of a cart, hidden under some hair. I might be wrong there, but I'm sure it's to do with. But I've been trying to search for this, a clip of it. Although you can't find any information about it. I've written in specific things and all this, and you just can't find any, you can't find anything, any pictures of it or any reference to it whatsoever. I'm sure it exists in that movie, you know what I mean? The German soldier bloke bayonets the little baby and holds it up on the end of his rifle with bayonet on it. I'm sure I recollect that, but you can't find any reference to it. There's obviously a few cart references in it and all that. It's all to do with the same thing. This pitchfork into the hair and hiding and disguising under bale of hair. Like Christian Bale or something, see, like Bale, like a bale of hair type of thing. The Yawists, right? When you have this idea, about the hair, right? You have a hair fork, but you have that idea about how the devil carries a pitchfork and that. See, the devil's always taking a pitchfork in, right? So it's this idea of hiding from the devils. So it's maybe like these type of eunuch ones, like if you remember the what do you call it, the Civil War thing, it was Roundheads. So Roundheads to me suggests like penis type of thing and all that, right? Uncircumcised, see? Uncastrated, uncircumcised, as we know. Castrated and circumcised is the same type of thing, It's degrees of circumcision, right? And so the devil sticks a pitchfork in me. So maybe the idea of hiding from devils, like lust for perverted devils who are into sex and all this, right? And you hide from them in the hair, like that Roy Lurk thing, and they're hiding in the trees, right? When you put in devil pitchfork, right? Devil pitch again, like the Exorcist type of thing, right? And obviously you're free, you're free on your trident. We get red devil, you get a red devil and that. So again, it's their code, the red, the transgender, the gender idea. The gene, and the red. That seems to be what it's to do with, like hiding from the devil, lustful sin and all that, right? You get a few type of ideas about hiding in the hair, right? Hiding in the hair. Obviously like a bit of hiding in the hair, right? Hiding in plain sight, of course. Of course, devil is like evil. And the diablo, like the duality. There you go, an exorcist, the extended director's cut, 2X, excise, a bit of hex. Of course, cutting the cis out, the cis, cutting the cis out, right? Make a T, make a trans. So again, right, just like the chromosomal idea about gender, assignment and, birth, like a wee in a manger, right? The antonym, like the antony, the antonym of transgender. So transgender comes first, see? And the cisgender is the antonym, the antony. Cast out the devil, or the ridding. You say the ridding all the time, the ridding of demons, right? Of course you have the Hayden as the surname, the Hayden, there's Anthony Hayden. The den, see? Safe in the den, in the hair, safe hiding under the hair, right? So this explains like the Yawist type of thing and all that, right? Interesting here, right? The hair basically equates to hedge, right? Hedge. So you have like an idea of a hedge fund, right? Hiding in the hedge. So that hedge fund stuff and all that, right? It's, you know what I mean? All linked. And I hear tea drinking. right?